Hello and welcome. This is Robin and you're watching English Fluency with Robin. So today we are going to English Grammar Basics Revision. This is the first part of revision. We have already completed some classes, some training sessions here, starting with nouns and verbs, sentence structure, and also English basic words and sentence usages. But here there may be people who are watching this channel for the first time. It will be good to watch from part 1. You can check this video's video description. You can see an English playlist link there. Okay, the English playlist name is English Grammar. You can watch from part 1 by clicking on that link. But here, if you want an overview of what we have covered until now, this is the training session you can attend. So here this is the revision of already completed classes, part 1. We have started with nouns and verbs. So if you are a beginner, you may have doubts regarding what is a noun and a verb. So here, as I tell in all my videos, I see this not only as a YouTube channel, I see this as a real classroom and you people as my real students. So if you have any kind of doubts, please feel free to ask. I will be happy to clear your doubts and I will try my best to reply to all the comments as well. So if you are dedicated, if you are committed, together we can create good results. So we'll start with nouns. As I mentioned before, this is the revision of already completed classes. If you want to watch detailed classes, start watching from part 1 by clicking on the playlist link in today's video description. So what is a noun and what is a verb? Noun means it is the name of something. Here I will be focusing on real life situations and examples rather than giving you grammar rules also. But still sometimes I have to explain some of the grammar rules. So here noun means is the name of a thing or a person, just like car, table, chair, all these things are nouns. John, Mary, Jennifer, all these are names. These are called nouns. And what is the meaning of a verb? There are different kinds of verbs in English. The one we most commonly use is action verbs. Something that we do. Action verbs, just like go, come, sit, inform, buy, cut, travel, drive. All these things are called action verbs, something that we do. So these action verbs, you have to train yourself on these action verbs. You can watch the basic words classes in the English grammar playlist to attend a detailed training session on these action verbs. So here we are learning these action verbs because we need to learn the present and past forms of verbs. V1 and V2 forms are there. Before going to that, I will explain the sentence structure in short. Sentence structure in English sentence consists of 3 parts, just like starting with subject, verb and the object part. So if you are someone who is not a native English speaker, your mother tongue is different, it is not English, just like mine, I am from India. So if you are finding trouble to translate from your native language, whatever you think in your mind will be most probably in your mother tongue. Whatever you think, your thoughts in your mind are in your native language, right? So when you translate that into English to talk to someone or to convey an idea, to write something in English, you may find trouble arranging the sentence. So there is something called word order. Word order is the way a sentence is arranged to convey a meaning. And of course, there is a particular order. The order of sentence, arranging words in your native language or mother tongue may be different from that of English. That's why we have all the trouble translating just like that. You cannot translate just like that. You need to know this sentence structure. Subject means it is like I, we, you, they, he, she. These are called the subjects in English. Okay, I, we, you, they, etc. And verbs means this. You can think about these action verbs, just like go, come. I is subject. I go means I am doing something. That I go, I come, I sit, etc. So come, go, sit. These are the action verbs. And the object part. For example, I play football in the evening. I play football in the evening. Here, I is the subject part. Play is the verb or the action verb part and football is the object part, and in the evening is the time. So you can tell the time and the place at the end. You can start with subject, then the verb, then followed by object. So here look at this sentence here. So you can see that the verb comes in the middle. I play football. That means I is subject followed by the action verb play and football. You cannot say I football play, or you cannot say football I play. No, that doesn't convey any meaning. It only creates confusion. Okay, so if you are a beginner, make sure you follow this sentence structure. In English language, we have to follow this sentence structure to convey a meaning. Okay, so I play football. I is the subject, play is the verb, football is the object part. So it is very clear. This is how an English sentence should be. This is the word order in English sentence. So in your native language, whatever be your native language, the sentence structure, I think it will be most probably different. Sometimes the verb comes at the end in your native language. So make sure that you follow this structure. So we will look into some more examples here. Okay, I watch TV programs. Here I is the subject, watch is the action verb, and TV programs is the object part. I watch TV programs in the evening. Here you are mentioning the time also. You need not start with the time. You cannot say in the evening I watch TV programs. Of course, the message is clear. The idea is clear, but it is better to say the right thing is to do is that I watch TV in the evening. Got it? I go to office every day. I go to office every day. I is the subject part, go is the verb part, office is the object part, every day is something that you do as a time part. Okay, so I go to office every day. I wait for him at the bus stop. That is something I do on a regular basis. Got it? In a repetitive manner. I wait for him at the bus stop every day. You can say at every day also. So I wait for him at the bus stop. Here I is the subject, wait is the, I is the subject, wait is the verb. Okay, and again at the bus stop. Here talking about a place also. So I think it is very clear what I mentioned here. The sentence structure. We start an English sentence with a subject, followed by a verb, and followed by an object. The time, location, everything comes at the end. This really makes sense, doesn't it? So you can think these sentences in your native language. I want you to think these sentences in your native language, whatever we have discussed. I go to office every day. I go to office every day. Here you can think how you can write it down, how you translate this into your native language, and how is the word order in your native language. Sometimes not, most probably it will be different. So you got it. Making the sentence structure or following the sentence structure is very important. So we have discussed about nouns, verbs and sentence structure. This is a short video. A detailed training session is available in English grammar playlist, and you can check the playlist link in today's video description. And if you have any kind of doubts, please feel free to ask, because I am 100% committed in offering quality training sessions for you in this YouTube channel. As I mentioned before, this is a real classroom for me, and you people are my real students. I'll be really happy if you can ask your doubts or you can mention your feedback. Okay, if you want me to improve on something, just like reducing my speed of talking or maybe increasing a little bit, if I am not clear to you, you can give a feedback. I am open to positive and negative feedbacks. Make sure you watch these training sessions from the English grammar playlist. And again, if you found this training session useful, make sure to give me a like for this video. It is quite inspiring for me when I get these likes, because then I know that it is useful for you. I will be very happy about it. And you can share this video with your family, friends or other people if you think it is worth sharing. If this is useful for you, and if you think this video will be useful for your friends as well, make sure to share it with other people. Okay, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, consider subscribing to this channel and click on the notification bell too, because you don't want to miss any of the upcoming training sessions. So keep in mind whatever I told you right now. Here, this is a real classroom for me. Okay, this may be a one-way class for you, but again through the comments we can interact. And one more thing to remind is that it is always good to write notes. Keep a notebook for this. I will be covering an entire spoken English course through this channel, and videos will be uploaded on a regular basis. As this is an English channel, I'm using English language to talk to you, to teach you. So I know this channel will reach a global audience. Please tell me which country you are watching from, or which place or which country you are watching from. I'll be very happy to see that people are watching from different parts of the world. Okay, so you can connect with me through the comments. If you have any doubts, you can ask through the comments. Okay, so that's all for today. I'll be back with the next training session soon. Bye.